Hey guys, it's Annie Margarita Yang back with another video for you today. Today is January 10, 2024. I haven't left my house in 3 days. Wish I could have. This fresh air is nice because it snowed on Sunday and then all the roads were icy and finally it rained last night. So the rain washed away all the ice. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about handling rejection in your job search, because a lot of people, they take rejection personally, and the moment they face a couple rejections, they take it as like, oh, the other person doesn't like me, and then your feelings get hurt, and then you just feel so discouraged you stop applying to more jobs, and that's not going to help you in your search. The goal is to apply to 50 jobs a day, even if you feel like you're such a loser, even if you're getting rejected, because the guy I was talking about, my friend's son-in-law, he followed the advice. He applied to 50 jobs a day, but my friend was telling me all the while he was doing that, he kept telling her though, I'm such a loser, I'm a loser, up until the day he actually got an offer. So yeah, while you can apply to 50 jobs a day, you can take the right action. Let's make it so that you don't feel like you're such a loser while doing it, so that you feel more encouraged to keep going. And I want to first give you some numbers just to make it feel like what you're doing isn't such a big deal after all. I must have gotten rejected like thousands of times at this point, and it actually doesn't even sting anymore. But the first few times you get rejected, it's actually like really painful and you take it personally. I finally learned not to take it so personally, but it's taken me years to get to this point, to have a different perspective about it. So like, for example, when I first moved to Boston and I wanted a side hustle, I wanted to take on like bookkeeping clients on top of my full-time job. Okay, I'm gonna start walking up this hill. Yeah, I wanted to get bookkeeping clients, and I was taking Ramit Save Fees, Earn $1,000 on the side course. I think it's gonna rain. And basically, it's all a numbers game. The more people you reach out to and give offers for your service, the more likely you are to finally get one person to say yes. So I reached out to like 500 random people on the internet before my first client said, yes, we would like to pay for your bookkeeping services. But all the while I was, cold emailing, cold messaging people on LinkedIn, asking whether they want to be my client, I felt like a loser. I was like, this isn't gonna work. I've messaged so many people, nobody's interested. Until finally, after 500, I got my first one. And the numbers never stop. It applies to anything you do. So for example, with the book launch for the 5-day job search, one of the things that I found out about how to have a successful book launch, I read that you need to form a book launch team. Basically, you need to gather a group of friends and family to help you with your launch, so that on the week of the launch, they quote unquote buy your book when you drop the price down to $0, which is free, on Amazon Kindle, and also help you by leaving a review, a rating or a review on Amazon. And I was like, I don't know that many people. No one's gonna help me. I was just 2 months away from launch date, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is something I should have started thinking about months ago. I only have 2 months to craft together a book launch team. This is crazy. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a go. I'm not gonna like tell myself something's impossible. I'm just going to give it my best shot, so then I don't have any regrets and blame it on some sort of external factor. At least I would be able to say I gave it my best. I gave it my best shot, you know? So I started messaging one by one 2,000 people. I messaged 1,000 people who were already in my LinkedIn connection network, 400 Facebook friends, and 600 people who were in my phone book. These people who were in my phone book, these 600 people, are people I have known. I have collected these names for 10 years. You know, there were people in my phone book, I haven't spoken to them since high school. And I'm just like texting people out of nowhere. Hey, I know I haven't spoken to you in 10 years. I hope everything's good and well with you, but I'm launching this book. Can you help me? Just on the week of the launch, leave a rating or review. I'll give you a free copy of the book in exchange. In the end, out of 2,000 people, I got 300 people to say yes. And then out of 300 people, 150 of them actually gave me their mailing address for the book. Out of the 150 people who got the book in their hand, 80 people left an Amazon rating or review. So all those 80 reviews that you see on Amazon, those are not real. Those are ones that I didn't exactly pay for them. You know, I gave them a free book. But those are people who had agreed to be part of my book launch team and write a review in exchange for a copy of the book. So you can imagine, I had to, in order to get 80 people to take some form of action to help me out in what I was doing, I had to reach out to 2,000 people. And the same concept applied to winning book awards. I think at this point, did I win? I think I won 3 book awards for the 5-day job search. I got finalists for 2 book awards, and I got shortlisted in 1 book award, so about 6 book awards. You know how many book awards I applied to? I applied to 50. I didn't apply to 10. I applied to 50 because I thought, you know, I don't know who's going to say yes to me. I only care about who says yes. I don't care at this point who says no. So the more I apply to, the more people I speak to, then the more people who will say yes and help me. Same concept applied for me to get booked on podcast shows. So I'm officially booked on 125 podcast shows. I've done 98 of them, so I still have about 26 left to go to actually do the interview itself, but I got officially booked on 125. Do you know how many podcast shows we had to reach out to for me to get it booked on 125? We reached out to 514 shows. So the lion's share of them totally ignored our message. They ignored it, or they just said, we're not a good fit. We're not interested at this time. Some of these hosts were even outright nasty, telling me that I'm totally unqualified to do what I want to do. Very, very nasty, that woman. But the fact still remains, I got booked on 125. And that is very, very successful because there are people out there who are far more successful than me. They can't even get booked on shows. They pay a podcast booking agency $400 a month. Not even $400. They pay podcast booking agencies $800 a month to do outreach for them. And they could only get booked on 1 or 2 shows a month. I got booked on 125 shows in 4 months. But that's only because I think of it as a numbers game. It's like a go big or go home. At this point, who cares about rejection? It only matters who says yes, who emails you back. So in your job search, who cares if they don't answer you back? Who cares if they tell you they're unqualified? Why focus on those people who don't add anything to your life accept negativity, only focus on the employers who actually say, hey, I like what I see. I'd be interested in scheduling an interview to get to know you more. And then I'm about to share with you 2 stories about my mom, because a lot of my personality comes from my mom and the way her attitude is toward rejection. I learned a lot from her, even though my mom and I, we have a lot of drama. And we've had our issues. The one thing I respect her for is her attitude toward rejection. So I want to share with you 2 stories about her. But before that, you know, we always need a call to action for every video, according to what marketers say. And I don't want to sell you the book. There's something far more important than the book. The fact is, I'm getting censored, I'm getting shadow banned. It's really hard these days to coordinate a large group of people. I'm gonna cross the street. Coordinate a large group of people and gather and organize. But what I want to do is I want to get 18-year-olds to stop taking on student loan debt. So there's nothing I can do about people who already have student loan debt other than to help them land a better paying job so that they could quickly pay them off. But like, I want to plug the leak at its source, like at where it really is. And the fact is, it's 18-year-olds blindly, unknowingly signing on the dotted line of a contract. And I can't go into too much detail right now about exactly how I discovered the censorship works and stuff like that. I can share that in a future video that I'm going to pin as a channel trailer for my YouTube channel. But what I want you to do is download the Signal app on your smartphone. And this is my personal cell phone number because my business number is no longer able to send text messages. So add my personal cell phone number to your phone book, 806-544-2929. Again, that's 806-544-2929. If you are living outside of the United States, you have to add the +1 for the area code in front. Just add me to your phone book, message me on Signal, say, hi, my name is, first name, last name, so that you're not just, hi, my name's Joe. I'm just like, Joe who, right? Because I'm not going to remember. There's going to be a lot of people messaging me. And then just tell me your city and state. Or if you live outside of the United States, then your city and country. And the reason I'm asking for this is because it is impossible for me to really get in contact with people on just social media. I don't own the platform. It's not my own real estate. In the end, the only thing I own is my own phone book, the very contacts in my phone book. What's amazing, I always admired how our founding fathers, they started an entire revolution without smartphones against Great Britain. How did they manage to pull off something as complicated, as complex as that? And I can't even seem to manage to reach people with postal mail. There's a whole story behind that one. So add my phone number on Signal, please. Okay, on to the story about my mom. So my mom, she is a door-to-door salesperson. She started many businesses. She started an ice cream shop, Chinese takeout, nail salon. She's done all sorts of things because as an immigrant in this country who never got beyond a 6th grade education and she can't speak proper English, the only way for her to earn a living that can pay for all the bills, she's the breadwinner in our family actually. My dad never contributed any money after I was a certain age into the household. She paid for everything. The only way to do that is to work for yourself. And so what she does is she goes door to door in black neighborhoods in Brooklyn, New York, and she sells a certain product. Can't say what it is, otherwise you know who she is. And she just asked them, would you like to buy this product? $5 for one, $10 for three, You probably know who she is if you live in Brooklyn. And a lot of black guys were actually hitting on my mom while she's working and trying to sell the product. And they'll ask things like, oh, will you be my girlfriend? And my mom, you know, she never takes things personally. She looks at life with a good sense of humor. So she would respond to this one guy, this one black guy. She's like, oh yeah, of course, I'll be your girlfriend. Come, take a picture with me. And then she took a selfie with this guy. She's like, oh, thank you so much, you know? And then the next time a black guy hit on her, she was like, oh no, sorry, I cannot go out with you. The reason why is because I already have a black boyfriend, see? And then she would take out the selfie that she took with the other guy. And she's like, look at him. Black, tall, and handsome, with eyes just like Obama. And the guy who was hitting on her, who would always crack up from her sense of humor, he would end up buying like a lot of her product. I think that's a great sense of humor, instead of like taking it as if like, oh my gosh, I'm such a victim, someone's trying to hit on me, or like sexually assault, you know, like all this like victim mindset. My mom instead is like playing around with the situation and going like, look, black, tall, and handsome, eyes just like Obama. And so, you know, every time I get rejected or somebody doesn't want to give me what I want, I try to look at it with a sense of humor like my mom does. And my mom is even a salesperson at home. So every time my husband and we go back to Brooklyn and we visit and we have dinner, stay over and have dinner, right? First thing my mom does is like, so Handrio is my husband's name. She goes, Handrio, are you hungry? And then my husband go like, no, we just ate. We already ate dinner before we got here. Oh, but you're still hungry, right? No, we're not hungry. Okay, how about some cookies? Do you want some cookies? My husband goes, no, I don't want any cookies. How about some pistachio nuts? Do you want pistachio nuts? And then my husband goes, no, I'm good. How about some grapes? Do you want some grapes? How about some tea? Do you want coffee? Like, my mom won't take no for an answer. Like, when you tell her no, she doesn't even, for some reason, in her head, she doesn't even hear the word no. I think what she hears in her head is like, when someone tells her no, she hears like, no, not right now. Because I remember one specific dinner that we had just finished eating dinner. There was a lot of food on the table. My husband was really full. And my mom goes, Handrio, would you like some grapes for dessert? And then my husband's like, no, I'm full, I'm good, thank you. 5 minutes later, she goes, Handrio, how about now? Would you like some grapes now? And then my husband's just like, no, I'm still full, it's only been 5 minutes. And then 5 minutes later, my mom goes, how about now? Do you want some grapes now? So like, she literally, she doesn't take no for an answer. And if you tell her no, it's either, to her it means either not right now, or it means like not this item. Like, oh, if not pistachios, then maybe grapes. If not grapes, then maybe cookies. Like, that's literally how it registers in her mind. So when you get quote unquote rejected in your job search, it's not personal, right? Like if they just say, oh, we're not a good fit, or like, oh, we wanted to go with somebody else, it's just like the same thing. Not right now, but we're open to it in the future. Or it's simply what you're selling. It's not who you are, right? The problem isn't who you are. The problem is what you're selling. So like, if you think of it, like, I like to use this analogy. Would you like some chocolate cake? Oh, you don't want chocolate cake? Well, how about some strawberry cheesecake? Do you want strawberry cheesecake? So like, there's nothing like personal attached to the fact that you say no to the chocolate cake. So instead, I come back with, okay, if you don't want this, would you like this instead? So it's the same thing. This concept applies, both to your job search and to, you know, whether you're trying to get freelance clients, all sorts of things, you know. When someone tells you no, it just means they're saying no to the thing you're offering. They're not saying no to you as a person. But I think the problem is, you've never learned this concept. You've almost taken it as if like when someone tells you no, they're rejecting you as their whole being, and you take it so personally, you get offended, and then it somehow eats away at your self-esteem and your confidence when there's no need for that. So that's something you can learn from my mom. My mom is a master at this, and that's one of the reasons why I've learned to take rejection much better than most people. So yeah, job search is actually, actions to take in your job search is actually really easy. The hard part is your mindset, your paradigm. Once you're able to see these blind spots that I'm sharing with you and these limiting beliefs, then you can remove these beliefs and you will see that your life will change. That's it for now. Remember to add me on Signal. Message me, text message me on Signal, your name and where you're based, 806-544-2929. Don't send me an SMS text message, please. Do not. No SMS and no iMessages, because I get a lot of scammers messaging me because I have a YouTube channel. They like to target me for cryptocurrency scams, and so anyone who is not in my phone book, when they do that to me, I just totally ignore their message. But Signal, I'm open to that. Okay, that's it for now. See you guys tomorrow.